Hello students, I wanted to record a quick video for you to go with the readings that I have slated for Wednesday, rather the videos I have slated for you to watch on Wednesday. So the first is this Celebration of the Gospel of Documentation by Jacob Kaplan Moss, who is one of the developers for this Django. As it says, it's a web framework for perfectionists with deadlines. As it explains here on their website, Django is a high-level Python web framework that encourages rapid development and clean, pragmatic design. Well, you might hear that and say, well, what on earth is that? Well, for our purposes here, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. It helps people who are building web apps. As it says here, it helps them build it more quickly and with less code. Well, that sounds great if you're an app developer and you're trying to get your product to market quickly. The point for me is that Django, according to one of their lead developers, this Jacob Kaplan Moss, who you listened to for 30 minutes, Celebrate the Gospel of Documentation, believes that proper documentation is critical to their enterprise's success, and they believe that other app developers and other software companies need to really be invested in providing documentation. Documentation is the third item here in their menu at the top. So they have all different kinds of documentation here, tutorials, topic guides, reference guides, how-to guides. Of course, this is all for software. So this is documentation for software, but I'm showing this to you, which is perhaps a really scary thing to be showing you in the first week of class, just to say that writing documentation, which means documenting your process in a way that is replicable for other people to use after you, is foundational to the information economy in which we live, computer-based information distribution. But it is also foundational to documenting the kinds of processes that shape our lives. So I wanted to show you two other examples of documentation that are perhaps less frightening. So here is the FAQ page for the Radio Flyer Wagon. A FAQ page is a kind of documentation. It provides the users of this product with the information they need to solve problems. All of these FAQ items here, frequently asked questions, are areas in which users, owners of their product, are looking for answers. So you can see up here the extension of the address is fax. So that means that this is the extension of their website, the area where their users go to find answers to questions. So here's a whole sidebar menu dedicated to fax. This one is particularly for the Tesla Model S for kids. So the other one that I wanted to show you is in a PDF format. This is documentation for the Boeing 777 freighter airplane. So this is a very long PDF document, and it follows a really strict template, as you imagine, for a Boeing 777 airplane. It's pretty critical that this documentation be very formal, very driven by a template, so that it's understandable and the information is locatable within the document, and very precisely written. And we're going to funnel all of this information down to a narrow point where you come to understand the standards that guide the composition of documentation across a variety of different product domains, from products that users, including children, use, to products that are very, very technical, like an airplane or app developers. So that is basically my spiel to go with the information first week of class. So enjoy reading the first chapter of your Pringle textbook and watching the 30-minute Gospel of Documentation by the Django developer and learning a bit about their product. Your next assignment, your first major assignment, is the online documentation review, which I will be assigning on Monday, and you will have to look at 3 instances of documentation yourself, just like I forecasted in this video. And you will have to look for the things that they have in common and look for the things that are unique to them for their own product area. You're going to have to start looking for the strategies that the writers of the documentation use to make that information usable to the audience that the documentation is supposed to serve. As you noted from the three that I just showed you now, those audiences are very different from each other. So you have to think about the ways that the writers of that documentation change their strategies to serve those users and what some of the theories and approaches are that are the same, whoever the audience is. So that's all for now. Enjoy the first week of class and our reading.